You know, guys, this is something I want you guys to go over to, Stephen A. Smith's platform and watch the Stephen A. Smith. Watch this interview in full. I've watched it because I watch everything that Stephen A. does. I watch because, like I said, I got a lot of respect for Stephen A. Smith. So I watch a lot of his podcasts on a every week. I shouldn't say a regular on every week. I watch his podcast and watch what he does. And the reason why I'm going to be playing a little bit of clip from this, and the reason why I'm only going to play a little bit of this clip because, like I said, I've got a lot of love and respect for Steve Smith and what he's doing over there. So I don't want to be piggybacking off stuff that he's done. I think it's a disrespect to do that. So, but this clip, I had to play this because it's something that I've been thinking about from lately. I'm like, why no one hasn't done any interview with Shyne? But this interview is totally different because he's talking about his new documentary that's coming out, The Honorable Shyne, where he's talking about his rise to becoming the opposition leader in Belize, and probably going for presidency over there. And a lot of people want to talk to Shyne because of the stuff that's going on with P. Diddy and his case and stuff like that. And because they know that Shyne was part of Bad Boy, he went prison, and everybody thought that should have been P. Diddy that went prison at that time when Shyne did. Well, a lot of Shyne fans are thinking that, that's including me, because we the fans of Shyne knew, we listened to what he's saying, and we know that he was saying that a lot of speculation. Even the witness was saying that, it wasn't Shyne, it was P. Diddy that fired the shot. But that's something totally different. But in this interview with Stephen A. Smith, I'm only going to play a little clip where it's talking about this small little bit about where they're talking about Diddy and his case and stuff like that and what went down. And in it, you can hear Shyne talking about forgiveness and him moving on. And, he continuously kept on saying that he don't even really want to talk about the case or talk about Diddy or talk about that. He just wants to talk about what he's doing now and the presidency and talk about Belize and all of that. That's what he wants to talk about. But this documentary that he's done, he said that he didn't have full creative control. So a lot of the stuff where people are still asking a lot of questions about Diddy and all of the stuff. And everybody knows, and even Shyne himself know that as soon as he comes into contact with anybody at all or ask any question, it's gonna go back to P. Diddy and his experience and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play this little clip right here, and you guys can just take what you want from it and just listen to what he has to say. And like I said, remember, he's, like I said, it's not something that he really wants to talk about, because at the end of the day, he said that he's forgiven, he's done his time, and he's moved on. So listen to what Shyne has to say.
From a media perspective, let me educate you on this level. Nobody, Diddy's story will be told. And no matter what story is going to be told about Diddy, there's a potpourri of things to talk about him for months and years to come. When some folks are talking, and when folks are talking to Shyne and they're talking about Shyne, they want to know about Shyne himself, from his perspective, what he experienced. So tell us, what exactly did you experience? People are going to go to December 27, 1999. They're going to look at things like that. They want to know what happened to Shyne himself. In your words, what happened to you?
Well, in my words, I said so many years ago, back in 2001, I knew that was my first double XL cover. I had about 6. And the cover is Death Before Dishonor. It was me talking about not snitching on Diddy and not getting him in trouble to get myself out of trouble. I said that 20 odd years ago. So I've always maintained in every interview I did until recently, when I healed and I moved on and I forgave, but for years.
Remember, I hope you guys are listening to that. Remember what he said. he's healed, and he has moved on. So when he talks about this stuff, he's not being malicious or anything towards Diddy, because he said that he's healed and he has moved on.
I was saying, you know, what a creep I thought he was and how he destroyed my life. And at one point, I thought he was the devil. But because of the power of Diddy, which is so loud as far as a pop culture icon, nobody listened. So I moved on, and I pivoted my life to healing, to forgiveness, and to taking accountability for what I can control. And I can't control what someone did to me decades ago. I can't control them not wanting to pay reparations, not wanting to make right. You know, that people say, oh, Diddy gave me millions to go to jail. Nothing.
Remember, and that's it. A lot of people were saying that, you know, yeah, he must have been paid off and stuff like that. And, you know, you hear it from out of his mouth that he didn't get nothing. Like a lot of people said, all them people that's been getting blackmailed and all of them stuff, they're getting taken advantage of. So, and remember, he said it about 3 times that he's healed and he has moved on. So I don't want no one to be saying that, you know, he's being malicious or whatever, because like the same thing what happened with his sons and Ray J, where they're saying, oh, he's doing every interview and calling up the pop's name. You get what I mean? But this is Shyne, and I bet you they won't come run up on Shyne like that, regardless of what he's doing. Bet you none of Diddy's boys they won't run up on Shyne like that. I bet you they won't do that.
Probably made 2 what I thought were offensive contributions over the last 20-something years, which led to a breakdown in the relations. But I moved on. So yes, was I the sacrificial lamb? Of course. Did I take the fall? Yes. There was no quid pro quo. There was not, listen, we're going to have $10 million waiting for you when you come out. I'll just do the right thing. I did that on my own, you know, and I've been saying that. It's not anything new. But in the documentary, right, just like in this interview, I can't say to you, Stephen A., I don't want to talk about Diddy. Let's talk about me becoming the prime minister. Let you know, I can't talk about only what I want to talk about. I have to be fair and transparent to the audience. But I've been saying the same thing if you do your research. But he also mentored me in the year or so we spent working together to make one of the greatest hip hop albums ever. You know, I learned a lot as far as being an entrepreneur, as far as being, you know, a disruptor and a trailblazer. And so I got exactly what I went to the University of Bad Boy with Diddy as professor when it comes to entertainment and even things that I've been able to carry with me as far as work ethic, as far as, you know, manifesting the greatness that you want to achieve. You know, so there were some positives, but obviously going to jail for 10 years when that could have been avoided, or someone that, you know, my mom.
That is so true. You know, going to jail for 10 years when it could have been avoided, that's a big chunk out of anyone's life. And a lot of people would expect him to be angry forever. But to me, it seems like he's, you know, like he said, he's moved on. So, you know, you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving him. So, you know, he's moved on. Who knows? He might be having a little chuckle every now and then when he sees what Diddy's gonna have to go through. But all of this just goes to show the universe, whatever you fling out in the universe is gonna come right back at you. But all of these people and all of these stuff that P. Diddy, these people that P. Diddy has done stuff to, but now it's like repercussion. The universe is throwing that shit back about. A lot of people feel like they're gonna do stuff and out into people or out in the universe, and it's not gonna come back at them. It's gonna come back at you. I'm telling you, you have to realize that you can't go through this world and just be doing stuff to people and don't expect stuff to come back. And the universe is speaking, and that's what's happening to P. Diddy now. The universe is literally done full circle, and now it's his time to go through hell and go through jail like Shyne went through jail, and other people had to do time and do stuff because of him. So this is just how it is. Karma is karma.
Trusted, you know, our 19-year-old son that they would do right by me, you know, to send me to prison when we could have avoided that. There's nothing we can ever do to change that. And so when I'm telling the story, I can't whitewash that. I can't sanitize that. That's not necessarily the story I want to tell. So I hope that the next documentary, the next movie I do will be about, my rise to become prime minister.
When you heard, and I want to move on from this because I'm transitioning to who you are. I want to be very, very clear. I'm not going to be unfair to you and just focus on this. I'm transitioning to who you are and where you stand right now, but I'm just trying to paint a picture. When you heard them sentence you to prison for 10 years, could you take us back to that moment and what kind of effect you thought that would have on you at that moment in time?
Guys, this is the bit that I wanted you guys to hear. I want you guys to listen good to this part, because at the end of the day, God plays a big part in all of our lives. So just listen to this part right here.
I was devastated, but I'm such an eternal optimist that I just kept thinking, I'm going to get a bill. I'm going to get a bill. I'm going to get the judge to give me a bill pending appeal, which is what Tupac got. When Tupac had his case, Death Row was able to get him out on bail pending his appeal. And so I just kept living every day with hope that I'd get a bail pending appeal, or I'd have a successful appeal and get out. And I never gave up hope. And I was very spiritual. I was an Orthodox Jew. I'm still spiritual. I'm not as observant as I used to be. Still rap tefillin, still observe Yom Kippur and all the high holidays and Shabbat. Right. But I was always optimistic. But listen, the first night in prison, I got on my knees and I cried and I said to God, listen, I'm not even going to question you, because I didn't question you when I was driving that Bentley last week. I didn't question you when I was driving that Ferrari. I didn't question you living on the 51st floor of the Trump Towers, which is where I was living at the time. This is before MAGA and all that stuff. I didn't question you when I sold 1 million records, going from a poor kid in Belize that didn't even have a toilet system and used to have to take the waste bucket to the canal. I never questioned you how you took me from that to a millionaire at the age of 18, to one of the most popular rappers in America and the world. I didn't say, well, why me, God? So I'm not going to say, why me, God, now. All I'm going to ask you is to give me the ability to endure this, the same way that you gave me the ability to make it through everything I made it to this point and to accomplish the things that I accomplished. I felt this was my biggest test to date. And the same way God blessed me to be able to not just survive, but to thrive through all of the adversities up to that point, I knew that God would be able to give me the power to get through this. And so I did that every day. So I was present every day. I never closed my eyes and tried to get away from what I was facing, because I knew instinctively, I knew that it's just like if you want to win a world championship, whether it's baseball, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, it's grueling. The guys that win the chips are the guys that don't go to the clubs when they're, traveling on the road. It's the guys that are in the arena practicing. It's the guys that don't sleep because they're practicing. It's the guys that go through excruciating training to make sure that they're conditioned, for the championships. And so for me, I looked at what I was going through as me graduating to the next level. Whether I was convincing myself and I was being delusional, it worked, because I did graduate and I am on the next level.
When did you begin studying Judaism? That was in prison, correct?
I became spiritual in a monotheistic way before I was incarcerated. So I always believed in monotheism, and that's why I changed my name to Moses.
So guys, this is as far as I'm going to go here. But like I said, if you guys want to watch all of this interview, just remember, on YouTube, go subscribe to Stephen A. Smith's channel. You can watch it on there. Like I said, I don't want to be piggybacking off their thing because, like I said, I've got so much respect and love for what they're doing over there. So I'd rather do my own thing. So yeah, this is the interview, and I just wanted to play them little parts of the clips so that you guys can see and hear. Just say, listen to what he had to say and just understand where he's coming from. So, good luck to Shine on, if he gets elected. Good luck on in the his upcoming elections and stuff like that. Um, and I just want to say, thanks to Stephen A. Smith for getting this interview because this is something that I wanted to see and hear. I wish I had, the means, how the people to get me an interview like that um with Shine, just to ask him question. And now that I know, I don't even bother would want to do the interview because now that I know that you don't really want to talk about the P Diddy stuff because that was what I wanted to, be interested about because, like I said, us as Shine fans back in them days, we believed, we knew that he didn't do it. We knew that P Diddy played a bigger part in it, and those were the questions that I wanted to ask and ask him how we feel now to see the universe done full circle, and now P Diddy is the one that's behind bars, and he's out free, living free. So that was what I wanted to know, and I just want to thank everybody that played a part into getting this interview and getting it up. And Shine, good luck to you. I'm happy to see what you're doing. Just continue to do what you're doing. And to Stephen A. Smith, just keep on doing what you're doing. I'm always watching. And thank you guys, my followers and friends, for watching. And I'll see you when something else hits my desk. Peace.